like to call myself a bold, fearless, proudly African individual. I identify, of course, by being a Nakato. I am an identical twin, so it has really influenced how I do my things, because there's someone out there also working with my face. She's also someone who believes in Africa, really. Having worked on a few different continents, I have been forced to sort of look in the mirror, like meet yourself as an African and realize that if we are not our solution, there is no help coming. Enviri and Nacho was, it started out as just a Facebook group where we were observing Black Americans and we were observing what they were doing in the market. We were seeing how they were falling back in love with their kinks and curls and coils and natural hair in it. And so I started that page for me and my sisters just to be inspired. At that point, I was working abroad, and my experience abroad was positive, but not so much in the social sense, where I experienced racism and got spat on and pushed out of malls. And this made me question, because we spend all our time trying to conform and trying to straighten our hair, trying to package ourselves to an acceptable form of, presentation, and still got treated this way. So I personally took it upon myself to say, if I went and embraced my kinky curly afro and showed up like this every day, how would they perceive? So I started the page, and I posted photos on there every day. So after a while, I noticed people started liking the page and following and, commenting. And then I moved back home for a while, and my sisters were like, this is amazing and all, we like the inspiration. However, we don't know how to do these things. We don't know how to take care of the hair. So then we progressed to doing tutorials and sharing how-tos and everything. So at that time when I was sharing tutorials, I was in Europe. I was living and working there. So I decided to come back home during Easter holidays and host an event. The event was basically to scope how many people are interested in natural hair, who's out here doing something. But the selfish goal was for Ugandan companies to start creating products, so we didn't have to import from the US or the UK. So we highlighted a brand called Nisi Naturals. They are a really good organic Ugandan brand, and slowly you could see how the light was being ignited. So from there, now producers, the new companies that were created post that event, and then the customers were both my friends. So after a while, the companies would say, it's so hard to do deliveries, it's a pain. Is it possible for you to put up a space where we can deliver our products and then the customer can come and pick them? And so that's how the shop was born. So we set up this shop, and after a few years, the customers asked for a salon, and so we set up the salon. And now we have salons asking us for training, and now we're training salons. So really the need has been an organic sort of, what do they call that thing? Tornado? Something? Snowball, yes. They usually say the process weeds out the weak. So we've seen how, because business is not easy, and in Uganda it's not really easy. Yes, everything is there, and it's easy to say you're an entrepreneur and set up something, but the environment sort of comes in to crush you if you're not prepared to fight. So we've noticed people rising to the top, those who are actually putting the daily work, those who actually measure, they have a standard by which they're working. And then we've also noticed some faltering, whereby it was just a hobby and they try to expand. So the brands are growing, the opportunities are many. We started with just 3 brands in here, and so far we've worked with about 30 brands. So it shows you that there is potential and there is a market out there, and there is room for even more entrepreneurs here. To take Africa global. we not only want to share the products and the innovations, we want to go back to our roots and share our own innovations. What did our grandmothers do? How can we use that to create experiences that wow the customer, both in Africa and out of Africa? We want to, or we are actually training people to open up their own businesses, because that means someone can choose with their money the life they want to lead. So taking something that salon industry is seen as informal, as a tool and a machine to create independence in the most amount of people in the shortest possible time is something we're also very excited about. We're looking at professionalizing the salon industry, especially focused on organics. So for us, it's an ongoing process. And also, we're keeping an eye out to what our customers want, because we've been built on demand. People ask us repeatedly and we notice it and then we supply. Yes, so we're eyes are open, maso kulutimbe. We want to see what the customer wants, but also we're looking to grow capacity as we go along. Probably would be singing professionally, or doing PR and communications, which is what I did before. I did that in Stockholm, I did that in Oman. So I'll probably be in marketing and communications and PR. Probably be an artisan, because I do art. There's so many options. There are so many options. Yes. The one thing I've learned is grit. It's not meant to be easy. There is no easy job. I think if you've talked to any gentleman who does boda or sells, lady who sells in the market, they'll tell you there is no easy job. So get up, do what you need to do, proceed, continue, succeed. So basically it's like there's no easy job. Do the best you can do now and see where it takes you. We're still there. Like, I feel like they have changed, but slowly and steadily. We do have, the majority is still having a sort of negative look towards it. They sort of see it negatively, but then we have a large amount of people who are actually now realizing and questioning and, you know, being curious about, wait, natural hair, it's an option. And this is strange because that's our default. We should be natural. See, but it takes unlearning and relearning. So we are totally focused on the journey to help teach and, you know, show people that there is a way. In a way, I'll not say embarrassing. Well, it was embarrassing because when we started, we basically started on savings as a business. So it was really a humble beginning where we didn't have all these frills, and it was basic starting. And I had to learn to live with the embarrassment that my business was not where it needed to be. I couldn't afford to do, you know, the most glitzy and glam type of presentations. But the thing is, the customer loved the product. They kept coming back. So that kept encouraging me to slowly build on the wins, you see. So while it was embarrassing and I would come here and I'm like, oh my God, the business needs a coat of paint. We're not doing well in this. How are we giving people this? It showed me keep on going and keep on refining as you grow. So it worked out. Oh, it is working out. Yes.